What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So wins for this week and wins for today, which is great. We did $242.66. I'm looking at this too. It's not even, we're doing 7 trades. I'm adding, and I think as you add and let them go, it's totaling out to 7 trades. But it was about really, if I'm looking at it real quick, I think it was 1 or 2 trades, if I'm looking at this correctly. Yep. So in here, I got in. So about 2 trades and I added positions, but this is good, right? The strategy of switching it to the 15 minute has been working, which is great. Um, and then if we look at the other Express account, we can see the other one. If I'm looking at it right now, I got this one out of the hole. I was down about $180 and then was able to get it to $46, which is still good, especially after the back-to-back losses as of last week. So things that have been working for me, I mentioned this in my other video, switching over to a 15-minute time frame. I've been getting shaken out. I've been getting chopped up with all the ups and downs on the 5 minute. So I have switched up. I am going to show you the 5 minute. I'm also going to show you the 15 minute and why I actually prefer the 15 minute now going forward, especially with these bigger time frames. So let's jump over to the chart. I'll show you NQ. I'll show you NQ first. So this is the levels that I marked. This is the time frame. Once again, we'll look at the 5 minute because I know a lot of people trade on there, and I still look at the 5 minute, but I do take my trades now mainly off the 15 minute. And I do feel that it's working for me. It's making me a little bit more patient. So I'll probably stick with it. And if I can continue to be profitable, I'm going to continue to do it. So this is the 5 minute right here. So if we look at the first candle, we have a huge push up. This was aggressive with NQ today. I usually keep the 50 EMA on and also the 20 EMA on just for extra eyes and support. Right. And you can see we kind of broke out. I mean, you could have taken the trade there, but for me, like I like to see what happens, right? And so this is what happened immediately with NQ today. I mean, we took off, and if you look at it from the gate, I mean, it's about 100 points, right? And if you're trading NQ with a one, I mean, that's about $2,000 right there with that. But then I'm just waiting for some type of push down to happen, right? So most times, once I see this break above here, right, you can then say, okay, this is my 4-hour level retest right here. So if you wanted to, you can take a long here, risking the low here. And then once again, depending on the points you're looking for, you can do that, right? But NQ tends to sometimes wick out, right? But this would have been a great entry to the potential upside. The reason why I like the 15 minute is because all of this right here, I'm not having to deal with, right? If I'm on 15 minute, all I see is this right here. I see that on the 15 minute, we haven't really come down fully. So I would have waited, and then, once again, this would have happened today, right? So this is exactly why I'm switching over to the 15 minute, because all of this, if you would have been in it on a 5 minute, you might have been shaken out, because this is a lot of up, down, right? This is really, if you want to be technical, right, about 50 points to the downside, 50 points to the upside. And then we finally kind of move to the upside, which, once again, can work, right? So you could have taken your profit right there and had, your $1,100 or so, right? So this was exactly what happened with NQ today. Once again, I traded ES, and ES was very similar. So if we go backwards on ES, you can kind of see what happened when the market opened. So looking at the opening candle, 6:30, you can see that we were pushing up. Right, I have my levels marked again: 4-hour, hourly level, daily up top, right? Hourly here, and then 4-hour. Most times I'm trying to see, can we come back down here for entry to the upside once I identify the trend, right? So we have a push down, right? And then we have a push up. Right here could have been your retest, quote unquote, if you were on the 5 minute, right? Once again, if you took that trade right there on the 5 minute, you probably got pump faked out right here, right? It probably would have taken you out again right here, right? And so once again, this is why I'm trying to be better now at taking the 15 minute, right? So if this was a 15 minute now, if you look here, this is what the 15 minute looked like. All right, so you have push down, and then you could have now, if you wanted to, entered back to the upside here, stop loss here, right, which is still below the 4-hour level, and then your TP could have been up here. And if you look at that, we hit our TP, right? And so this is exactly why I'm switching over and why I'm now spending a little bit more time on a 15-minute, because I do feel like it's slowing me down. I'm not mentally getting fatigued or beat up by this up, down that's happening. And it's just me. This is how the 1 minute used to look to me, and now the 5 minute looks like that. And so I'm going to just do better at slowing things down. If I miss the entry, so be it. But this, for me, what I saw in the 5 minute, once we got here, and when I confirmed that on the 15-minute, this is exactly the trade I took to the upside, right? And same exact trade I took to the upside. Like I tell you guys all the time, I do practice trade. Um, and practicing allows you to fail. Practicing allows you to test strategies out. And so this is exactly what the same area that I took that practice trade off. You can see right here, this was NQ, because eventually I do want to get back to trading NQ or also ES, but this is NQ at 807. If you go right here, here's the time, give or take. So if we go switch to the 5-minute time, you can see, so 807, 810. All right. And then once I saw this happen right here on a 5-minute, and I saw the confirmation on the 15-minute, I then added. And that's exactly where I was able to kind of like stack contracts and have a $3,000 day. So I'm waiting for the day to where I can say I had a $3,000 day. Right. And once again, when this happens, I'm just going to be more patient, right? So the goal, once again, unless it's a practice account, but to get to $2,000, right? And then from that point on, everything after that, I'm taking profit at, because I feel like most of us were taking profit too early, right? If I'm being honest, right? And I think, my brother, he did the same exact thing where, he took profit and then you blow an account. So if you can build the same exact cushion that Topstep is giving us, you should be able to maintain and keep a lot more money, right? Because we're building our own cushion of $2,000, right? Or $4,500, whatever it is. And then you can start trading a little bit more and then making your deposit or withdrawals. So that's my focus. That's my focal point. Looking at it, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with having consistently green days. Yes, it would be nice to have a $500 day, right? Consistently, but having a $200 day, having a $100 a day, whatever the case is. And if you times that by, 4 weeks, I mean, that's $3,500 right there. Right. And so close to the goal, I need to make sure I'm a little bit more disciplined with this account right now and getting it back up to where I was, because the highest was about 1,700, but I'm close and I'm happy with the progress so far. And so I'm going to continue to focus on the 15-minute. I do feel like the 15-minute is helping drastically in regards to waiting for certain levels to get hit, waiting for, like, this is a great example right here, right? If on the 15-minute I see that we are here, worst case scenario, even if you take your stop loss right here underneath it, right? Worst case scenario, we still rally up right after this, right? But this is a 15-minute that got us there, right? And the same thing happens on NQ today too, right? On a 15-minute, now, was it as on point? No, right? Was it a little bit tighter, but it still respected this 4-hour level that we had up here, right? We still broke through a 4-hour level here. And so then it's just really waiting for a confirmation to the downside. And my confirmation today for me was this right here, seeing us get to the 20 EMA, seeing us stay between the 50 EMA. And then from there, like prime example, if now we still can come down here. Here's the thing of why I'm like also trying to use both of them as like a cup to catch it. But if you take this here, I mean, you're looking at there's 60 points alone. So let's just calculate that real quick. All right, so there we go. So if you take this, you get in here and you risk the level, the 4-hour level. All right, this is kind of what you can look at. And this is why, right? And this is why I don't mess with NQ right here. They said a little push down. Right, but that's it. And then we push up to a good amount. You could have taken profit here, you could have taken profit here. From this point on, you can start trailing if you want to, right? and there we go. You walk away with $1,600 on the trade. So my focus, big time frames, continue to be a little bit more patient, not get caught up with all this up and down that's happening. If the 15-minute at some point gets the same exact way that the 5-minute is for me, I'll maybe move up to the 30-minute. Right. But as of right now, I'm liking the 15-minute. I'm liking the 5-minute and 15-minute to work together. And I'm happy with this today. Right. It's today's day of trading. I'm happy to be disciplined enough to not blow this or have a big day like this where it's down $200, $150. I'm happy to also be able to, be up $800 on the week, right? So I got to start to count my blessings and my gratitude. So that's pretty much it. Appreciate you guys. If you guys need anything or need any help, definitely let me know. This is my focus on the week. Hopefully it helps just one person with just getting better at trading or not blowing an account, right? Whatever it is. We are all in this together, and I'll see you guys in the next video.